This episode of Ask Tim is brought to you by Trusted Choice. Stick around after the episode to find out why you should become a Trusted Choice agency today. Hi, welcome to Ask Tim, the insurance technical podcast brought to you by IIABNY. I'm your host, Tim Dodge, and I'm coming to you today from the Center for the Study of Applied Physics as it relates to small, round, white objects, like this one. You just observed me conducting a scientific experiment that I'm pleased to say was a success. Now, I'm actually playing golf here. Now, you know, when we play golf, we use clubs, like this one, and golf balls, and we use golf carts. And that's what we're going to talk about today, insurance for golf carts, and where you can find it and where you can't under standard homeowners and auto insurance policies. Now I'm going to start with the homeowners policy because it's really where most of the detail is. A homeowners policy in general does not cover damage to a motor vehicle unless it is not required to be registered for use on public roads or property, and is used solely to service an insured residence, or is designed to assist handicapped persons. Now clearly a golf cart is not going to fall into either of those categories. And just to back up for a second, the policy defines a motor vehicle as a self-propelled land or amphibious vehicle, or a trailer that's carried by that vehicle or attached to it. So a golf cart fits the definition of motor vehicle, but is not used solely to service an insurance residence, and is not designed to assist a handicap. So if the golf cart gets damaged, there isn't going to be any coverage under the standard homeowners insurance policy. Switching now to the liability section of the homeowners policy. Again, there is a motor vehicle exclusion in the liability section of the policy. In general, it states that there is no liability coverage for the use of a motor vehicle if it's registered for use on public roads or property, like a standard car, pickup truck, whatever. If it's not registered, but was required to be registered for use on the place where the accident occurred, or if it's being raced, or practiced for a race, or being prepared for a race, some sort of organized contest at a racing facility, if it's being rented to others, if it's used to carry other people or cargo for charge, or if it's used for business, unless it's a motorized golf cart being used on a golf facility. So you can see there's a little bit of an exception in there for golf carts. That's not the end of the exclusion. It goes on from there. It says even if there's still coverage under that preceding paragraph, there's no coverage unless the vehicle is in dead storage on an insured location, which would be the insured's premises or land that they own, or land where they're building a house or something like that. If it's used solely to service the insured's residence, and then we're talking about probably like a power mower or something like that. If it's designed to assist handicapped persons and is being used for that purpose, or is parked on an insured location. If it's designed for recreational use off of public roads and is not owned by the insured, or it's owned and takes place on an insured location. Here we're talking about an ATV or an RV or something like that that's used around the insured's home that they own, or if it's something that they've rented or borrowed, then it's covered anywhere they use it. More relevant to what we're talking about here is a motorized golf cart, owned by the insured, designed to carry no more than 4 people, built or modified to go no faster than 25 miles per hour on level ground, and at the time of the occurrence was within the legal boundaries of a golf facility where it's either parked or stored, or used by the insured to play golf, to drive it to or from the storage area for golf carts, or across public roads to move from one part of the golf course to another. So you got coverage when you're on the golf course using it for that purpose. There's also coverage for a golf cart, if it's used in a private residential community, including public roads where a golf cart can legally travel, if that private community is subject to the authority of a property owners association, and the insured has a residence there. So there are some gated communities out there. There may be some vacation homes where people might be using a golf cart to travel around. It's governed by a homeowners association or some other association like that. The homeowners association allows you to drive golf carts on roads in that community. And if you have a residence there, then you've got liability coverage for the use of that golf cart. So the homeowners policy is going to cover you for the use of a golf cart that you own while you're golfing or on a golfing facility and performing some other recreational activity that they allow there, driving from one hole to another, parking a golf cart, crossing a public road to get from one section of the golf course to another, or if you use it around your residence in a private community where that sort of thing is allowed. So you can see there is some coverage under the homeowners policy, but it's very specific. Venture outside those boundaries, and there's just not much there. The auto policy is a lot simpler. There is no liability coverage for a vehicle with fewer than 4 wheels, or that is designed mainly for use off of public roads. However, that exclusion does not apply to a non-owned golf cart. So if you are using a golf cart that belongs to the golf course where you're playing, you have coverage under your auto policy there. So if you were to strike somebody with that golf cart, run over their golf club, something like that, your auto insurance policy would provide some liability coverage for you in that situation. It would be excess over the golf cart owner's coverage, but you would have some protection there. For more information on this topic and other topics of interest, visit the research section of the IIABNY website. That's www.iabny.org. Drag your mouse over the member resources bar and click on research. You'll find links there for auto insurance issues and other relevant personal lines issues. If you need to get in touch with me, as always, you can email me at tdodge@iabny.org. You can give me a call at 800-851-8853. Extension 229. You can find me on Twitter as Ask Tim. You can find me on AOL Instant Messenger as TDog4494. So if your boss catches you using Instant Messenger, you can say, hey, I'm just asking Tim. And you can send me a fax at 888-432-0510. And there's probably other ways I haven't thought of. But in the meantime, I want to thank you for watching this episode of Ask Tim. A special thank you goes out to Tom Drury for the use of his golf club. And remember, if you ever want to know how to conduct a scientific experiment on a putting green, don't forget to ask Tim. Got a brand? Your competition certainly does. Because your potential customers know your competition and what they represent, the competition could be turning those prospects into part of their book of business instead of yours, and right now, at this very moment. We don't want that, and neither should you. Fight back with Trusted Choice, the only national branding program created specifically for independent insurance agents. With Trusted Choice, you won't stand alone in the battle to stake out an identity that consumers will know and, yes, trust. As a member of Trusted Choice, the public will find out what makes you different as a local, knowledgeable insurance advisor and why they should do business with you instead of a talking gecko, retail store clerk, or a distant voice speaking on the phone from the other side of the country. As a Trusted Choice member, you'll be part of a national movement that doesn't require you to spend millions or tens of thousands of dollars to promote what you do best, protecting homes, automobiles, businesses, and other valuable assets. In fact, for as little as $60 a year for an agency with fewer than 10 employees, or $120 a year for an agency with 10 or more employees, you can have access to a proven online lead generation resource we call the Trusted Choice Agency Locator, the Trusted Choice logo that's been seen by millions of consumers on TV and in print all across the nation, advertising and marketing tools you can customize to best fit your agency and the area where you do business, a marketing reimbursement program to help you pay for some of the cost of promoting your business, and perhaps most importantly, the Trusted Choice Pledge of Performance that promises consumers what they can expect from your agency. Don't fight back alone. Join the Trusted Choice movement today. For more information, go to the Trusted Choice website at trustedchoice.com. Contact Paul Banuski at pbanuski@iabny.org or call 800-962-7950, extension 226.